Thanks for staying with us. Now, school authorities as the Ghana National College are denying complicity in circumstances leading to the death of a 17-year-old girl in the school. 17-year-old female student Ruby Teiko died from an asthmatic attack after being allegedly denied medical attention. Parents of the student have threatened to sue the school authorities for negligence. Richard Kojonyako has been following the issue and joins us with more on phone. Richard, when did the said incident happen and at which hospital?
Well, the incident happened on Saturday after some school inspection at Ghana National College. The house mistress who was the one that was overseeing to the inspection. So in the ensuing process, the student was alleged to have complained that she was not feeling well, and when she was also sent to the school, or when she was admitted to the school, she had a medical report that indicated that she was an asthmatic patient, and so there were certain jobs that did not require that she should do certain things. So when the student complained the first time, they said that they should, according to the narration done by the parents, he said that the child should wait until after the inspection.
Okay.
The parents also intimated that the student went for the second time. They said that she should take her time and after the inspection. So the student allegedly collapsed and was rushed to the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. Doctors at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital say that the student was brought in dead. The parents are infuriated by these developments, and they are asking school authorities to come clean on the matter. I have with me the mother of the deceased. Good morning.
Good morning.
Patricia.
Every say you should near Bonkula now. I can't hope.
If you don't notice, answer we.
Memory down 11:15. And a friend sent me Banny Yahweh. What collapse? I'm with the local hospital in Memra. And I'm a coy. Your coy, young Coscumu Street, because some woman I say Uncle Hospital. You go to Doctor Nakurano, Ecotono. Your coy and a doctor no so, Mudia Kurani by 15 minutes now. Student 4 in the Diakolani by a quantity Dr. Donko. Bano catchery. 15 minutes now. Oh, we will school more, somebody by. If you want your school. By your course, school natures and air deny, and yes, an assembly. Later, no student need being Marcasano and my message. Say at the Moody year, me banning say, or woman is scribing me one as asthmatic patient. You get a doctor report, it was Kumaka for me, and make it a copy. I just a mark running near Juma, and see a manuscript battles, or toilet for flashing for foot toilet. Now, me funny 10:30 crack, me banning Ruby or time or scribe and Anju. Now, me say asthmatic patients, they can say a manage with school since Okata medical report to the son of me. Now, so all my yen, sir, and no kumi ban.
Answer me, okay, school authorities in America say, I can't no hospital or no school nurse and they can wear dinner.
Me pacho Dr. Donko catch a student phone and a day akolani by later in a house mistress Sandra a buy.
So we have more on the discussion that we've been having with the mother of the deceased. What she is basically telling us is that she was informed from the house that the child was feeling ill, and so collapsed and then was sent to the hospital and then died at the hospital. But according to her, the student had a medical report when she was admitted, and so it required that she doesn't have to do certain things. I mean, that would bring back the asthmatic attack, and so she is blaming school authorities for some kind of negligence of a sort, and they would want some proper investigation to be conducted on this matter. So that is what the mother has been saying. But school authorities have been speaking with. I spoke with the headmistress of Ghana National College, and she says that she wasn't around when the incident happened, but what she's been told is that it is a normal routine that takes place in the school. And so when the students complained about the illness or had the attack, they tried every means possible. The inhaler of the student was used, other inhaler from other asthmatic patients that they know, they were also used. But when they saw that the issue was becoming severe, they called in the school nurse. The school nurse came and instructed that the child should immediately be sent to the hospital. Now, the senior house mistress that was overseeing the inspection, because the attire she was wearing was not appropriate for her to accompany the the student to the hospital, she decided to stay outside to go and change, so that the student plus the school nurse went to the hospital. And so when they went there, the student was pronounced dead. So this is a version from the school authority. Thank
you very much, Richard Kojun-Yako, for that report. Let's move on to some other issues. Now, you're still watching Joy News today with me, Daniel Daze. We'll be moving on to speak to other issues now. And it's been more than a year since government imposed a ban on small-scale mining in a bid to rid the sector of illegal miners. Early this year, small-scale miners expected the ban to be lifted, but in March, government extended it for 3 months. Land and Natural Resources Minister John Peter Amewu, who has been traveling across the country overseeing the distribution of oil palm seeds to young men affected by the ban, says the ban will soon be lifted once a roadmap to permanently ending illegal mining is presented to the president.
Government placed a ban on small-scale mining in June last year, following the destruction of water bodies, land and application of harmful chemicals such as mercury and cyanide in small-scale mining. Government, with the support of World Bank and other international organizations, has introduced sustainable livelihood programs to provide alternative livelihood to small-scale miners. It comes as government introduced sustainable mining training program for miners. Minister of Lands and Natural Resources John Peter Amewu says over 1,000 small-scale miners have benefited from the training. He told members of the Densha Traditional Council government will soon lift the ban on small-scale mining.
His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, it's not against mining. What he's saying is that we will need to do the mining in a more sustainable and responsible manner. Health concerns or health issues are becoming very critical for this country. Applications of mercury is very dangerous to our own health issues. Toxic metals in our products, in our cocoa farms, in areas that we undertake farming activities is becoming a problem to this country. And so if anybody wants to undertake mining, this government is saying that you must do the mining in a more sustainable manner. It's not going to be too long. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will be lifting the ban on the mining. But before that is done, he expects certain things to be put in order, which is the roadmap leading to the lifting of the ban. I can assure you that our president here today is part of that roadmap.
Mr. Amewu has been visiting some departments and agencies under his ministry in Ashanti and Central regions. He also inspected Richie plantations in Dunkwao, where 2 million oil palm seedlings will be supplied to miners free of charge as part of the Alternative Livelihood Program. He wants small-scale miners to take advantage of the project to improve their lot.
Very soon, we will be distributing the seedlings to communities, youth and young ones that are interested in undertaking this farming project. It is on that note that we are paying a courtesy call on you, also to encourage you to talk to the young ones in the community, that the seedlings will be distributed free of charge. It is a government agenda.
Meanwhile, new law courts are expected to be built in hotspots noted for illegal mining activities as part of efforts to clamp down on the menace. Construction work on initial 3 cores is expected to start under the multi-sectoral mining integrated project. Lands and Natural Resources Minister Peter John Amewu, who disclosed it to journalists, says the project is being implemented with the support of Justice and Attorney General's Ministry.
One of the components of the MIP is to deepen legal and law enforcement. And so we're having engagement with the CJ, and one of their requests is to help them in establishing more court at the district level. So the MDF, has taken that responsibility, and we're going to build some number of courts, to assist the CJ in their daily activity in terms of the districts, to support for the district. The district courts normally are to be built by the district assemblies, and so we are going to support them through the MDF, as a request from the CJ to make sure that these things are done.
From Kumasi for Joy News, Oyim Interior reporting.
Back To Accra now, and information reaching Joy News indicates that the Board of Directors of the National Communication Authority, NCA, is kicking against the $89 million contract signed between the Ministry of Communication and Kelny GVG. Government, through the Communications Ministry in 2017, signed a contract with Haitian company Kelny GVG to deal with suspected revenue losses and SIMBOX fraud in the telecommunications industry, among others. Sources close to the NCA board say the contract is not in the interest of Ghanaians. There's more in the following news desk report.
The board insists that the NCA, which is the implementing agency, has engineers and other technicians who are capable of doing what Kelny GVG has been contracted to do. According to Joy News sources, the company would be operating from the premises of the NCA. The board believes the NCA could as well get the equipment and do the work at a cheaper cost. Joy News is learning that a member on the board, Susan Barbara Ajoko Boy Kumaple, has tendered in her resignation letter. She is a partner and the head of the technology, media, and telecommunications practice of law firm Benchi Enchil Lecha and Ankuma Bella. A source within the board says her resignation is linked to the contentious contract, although that has not been stated in her resignation letter. Sources close to the board told Manasseh Azuri Awuni more board members are prepared to walk away if the deal continues. Franklin Kujo says the $89 million contract is a careless duplication of jobs and needless drain on the country's scarce resources. According to him, Suba and AfriWave were awarded similar contracts under the NDC administration to perform similar jobs, even though both contracts were needless. We are being told they don't want to openly confront the Minister for Communications, Esla Owusu, on this. They are channeling their concerns through what they call the appropriate headquarters for redress.
Now moving on, the Interior Minister, Ambrose Derry, has given the strongest indication police and military personnel found culpable in last week's clashes in the northern regional capital, Tamale, will face the full rigor of the law. Describing as regrettable and embarrassing that incident, Mr. Derry said the action of the forces makes mockery of the disciplinary code expected of them in such circumstances. Addressing Parliament on the issue following the Speaker's summons, he indicated a 5-member committee headed by an official of the Attorney General will make their report known soon. Our correspondent Elton John Brobe joins us on the line from Parliament with more. But so Elton, in the first place, we understand the Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu, whose constituency the incident occurred, has been raising some concern on the floor of Parliament. What can you tell us about this?
Well, okay, first he spoke about the fact that there is police and military visibility on the streets of Tamale, and he was quite happy with it. But I mean, he said that the word used, regret, by the Interior Minister is not enough, and that he expects the military and the police hierarchy to do more to address this particular issue, because it emerged today from the presentation of the Interior Minister that there's been several clashes in the past between the police and the military, and that on the 24th of April, the leaders of the two security institutions met and resolved on a number of issues, and these resolutions were made known to certain men. But from what happened in Tamale last week, it is quite clear that these priorities were flouted by the officers. So Parliament demanded guarantee from the Interior Minister that this time around, these priorities will be followed, and that we will not come here and then repeat the same issue on the floor of Parliament. And the assurance from the Interior Minister is that those found culpable, and then will serve as a deterrent to others. But the Minority Leader wants to see evidence of what they intend doing before they will pronounce judgment of it. What we've been told is that very soon the report will be made available, and then it will be transparent. Everybody in Ghana will get to hear the outcome and the steps being taken by the Defense and Interior Ministry to address this particular matter once and for all. Because this borders on the security observation, comments on this were limited. So apart from the Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu and the Deputy Majority Leader, the Speaker had no opinion for members to contribute to the presentation by the Interior Minister.
When the reports will be made ready?
We don't know yet. According to the Interior Minister, there's been a preliminary investigation, the outcome he's been given, but he will not disclose the outcome. He's rather waiting for the Attorney General Department-led committee, 5-member committee, also finish their work and then present their report to the two institutions. And according to him, they will hold a news conference to announce the outcome of the investigation and then steps that will be taken to ensure that those identified or those that will be identified and the punishment that they will go to the public.
Thank you very much, Elton John Broby, for joining us now. Let's stay with issues having to do with security, because a team of police and military personnel has been dispatched to the northern region town of Bimbilla ahead of tomorrow's Supreme Court's ruling on the protracted chieftaincy conflict there. A struggle between two families, the Nakpana and the Sana, from the same Buma Yili Gate in Bimbilla over who becomes the next king has claimed many lives. Many homes have been burnt in the conflict. The town is presently under a 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. Scores of security personnel sent there are to ensure that there is no disturbance in the community after the ruling. Member of Parliament for the area, who is also Defence Minister Dominic Nitiwo, has urged residents to remain calm for the outcome of tomorrow's ruling. He spoke to Seth Kwame Boateng.
I have positive reviews about the Supreme Court. I have a lot of confidence in what they do, a lot of confidence in the judges, and I believe that they'll give a ruling that will bring finality to the area, will bring peace to the people, and all of us will be happy the day after. I urge every resident to take his own security into his own hands first. And if there is any activity that you think the security agencies should know, let them know. They are there to protect you. They are there to assist you. And particularly the young people, the youth, I would appeal to them to be calm. Whatever the outcome of the ruling, they should be calm. They should not allow anybody to use them. They shouldn't do anything. They should be calm. Let us move the place forward. We need peace. We need the area. We need to ensure that the place is moved forward. Like I said, we've lost a lot. We've lost in terms of development. We've lost in terms of peace, in terms of image. Like I said, even me, I've scaled down on my visits and my political activity in the area. And all other politicians are doing the same. I don't remember the last time any politician visited Bimbilla because we all decided that that was not the right thing to do. We all wanted this day to pass, and then we can move on as a people. And we can begin to put what we need to do and do it well.
Now, a number of peace ambassadors from the community have also been appealing to young people to help maintain peace and promote development in Bimbilla.
Bimbilla is our land. What is happening is not going into anybody's favor. The roots, the aged, the people are being grounded to a halt. Businesses have come to a halt over the counterproductive curfew that have been imposed on the people. Farmers are crying. The students, like you talked about, life here in Accra is not easy. We have been here struggling. The image the media has given to Bimbilla is affecting almost all of us. That is why we are passionately appealing to everybody. The time has come, like you rightly say, break or a makeup. We must look beyond the future. We must look at the future of the unknown. We must look at the many challenges confronting us as a people. We are not enemies of one ourselves. We are a united Bimbilla. We had ever been won a peace award. These are the focus we should look at as a people. There are so many things that unite us as a people, and our focus and strength must be centralized on those than the superimposed influences tearing us apart. Bimbilla must move on. Okay.
Yes. So thank you. So your colleague is passionately appealing to people back home to appreciate the need for peace. What is your message as well ahead of the ruling, and even after the ruling, what would you tell the people there?
Yeah, I'm appealing to my grandparents, my parents, my colleague youth, women, everybody. Let us choose peace. Let us embrace peace. We are one family. You are either related through marriage or through any other family relations. Everybody knows everybody. We sit together for generations, and then we have been marrying, intermarrying, and all that. We are very much related to each other. Let us love each other, and let's stop the killings. If killings were to solve the problem, I think that long ago this chieftaincy crisis would have been solved. But where do we find ourselves? We have killed chiefs, we have killed women, we have killed children. Has that solved our problem? Let's focus. Let's focus on peace. Let's choose peace. It doesn't matter which side wins. We are all Nanumbers. Let's all think about the progress of the land and then embrace peace.
I feel that peace is a prerequisite for the development of every national economy. And looking at Bimbilla, my heart bleeds when I look at the rippling effects of this conflict over time. People might not see the effects now, even though some have already manifested. But looking into the future, there are more things that we have to ponder over. Let's take a quick example as to the businesses in Bimbilla. Most businesses have collapsed due to this conflict, and I'm preaching that my parents out there, my uncles, my grandparents, my fellow women especially, because we are most vulnerable when it comes to war. We can't fight, so let us be a catalyst to preaching peace and development.
As you're watching Joy News today here on your Joy News channel, I am Daniel Daze. Still to come, a strike by LPG filling station operators enters day 2 as they shut down their operations centers in protest of the gas cylinder recirculation model being implemented by the National Petroleum Authority. And internationally acclaimed orthopedics and spine surgeon advocate a national health insurance component for persons suffering from spine and orthopedic conditions in Ghana. The details after the break. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Now, it's the second day of the nationwide strike declared by LPG Operators Association of Ghana. The group is protesting the gas cylinder recirculation model being implemented by the National Petroleum Authority. Joy News checks at some gas filling stations in Accra show that the strike is still in full force as operators are keeping their business centers under lock and key. MFA Jordosi has more.
So we are in day 2 of the strike action by the LPG operators, and we are currently at the Trinity Oil here at Tesano. So as you can see, there is a no gas sign, and even with this one there is actually no entry. That means that you're not even allowed to enter the premises. We've been here for some 15 to 20 minutes. We've seen 1 or 2 people trooping in to fill their gas. They've been complaining about the fact that they are not, they've not been able to access or buy gas since yesterday. But I've spotted a gentleman with a gas cylinder here, and I think he wants to just try to buy some gas, but then because he's seen the signboard, he's not entering. He wanted to fill gas. This is the first place you've been to today? Yeah, this is the first place I have come to. I'm supposed to travel out as now, but the gas issue has made me, it's really, really worrying. You should do something about it. When did you start looking for gas? Yesterday? It was yesterday. Which places did you visit? I went, there's another shop at the back there, and I went to that of Jolu to the same issue. So you have nothing at home at all to cook? Nothing at home. So from here, where are you going to? Yeah, I'm supposed to go back, put the cylinder back, and then go. So how are you going to cook? How's your wife going to cook? I don't know, because I don't know how she's going to manage. It's really affecting. You heard Divine, he's one of the consumers or the customers who have been to the Trinity Oil here at Tesano to buy gas. Sister Hena or Conam so, me question Semenya almost oh, do any question crying out your being a so. Me Nimus, every question, me maintain. Sister, me so bedry answer the same thing. Well, where your first place, however? My second place was almost a bit new. And I'm saying, Basha, so almost me back, and ya dear me bam and yappy. Oh, so that's a sacra with you. I said, with you to say no, moon yet or the Ben Rashi. To say, obey your I just walk to be dear once and I walk you. Now, paint my BDM should be a bed little time. Into free all different filling station. My friends, this is some 2 places to many been to be friend me coffee. That's one consumer. He said this is the second place that she's been today, just trying to get gas because she's unable to cook because this is her only source of fire in the house, and she's stranded. This is the second place she's visited today. This is the story of most people that we've spoken to in the course of yesterday and even this morning. We'll be going inside and then we'll be speaking to the operators who are in the premises. Let me just go and then get some reaction from them because we know that they're supposed to have been in a meeting with government today. I think I've spotted 2 of the operators here. Let me try and speak to them and find out from them what they're expecting out of the meeting and why possibly they are on the strike action. Thank you very much, sir. You've placed a signboard, no gas, no entry.
Yes.
Can we just know the reason?
Yes, the reason, as you know already, is about this recirculation problem. Our leaders decided to go on strike, I think yesterday. So as at now, we haven't heard anything from them. So that's why you see this long signboard there.
Now, moving on, the internationally acclaimed orthopedics and spine surgeon emeritus Professor Oheneba Boakye is advocating a national insurance healthcare for patients suffering from orthopedics and complex spine conditions. Speaking at the second annual fundraiser to support the surgeries of children with spine deformities here in Accra.
Emeritus Oheneba Boakye, who is the founder and president of the Foundation for Orthopedics and Complex Spine Hospital in Accra, said the high cost of treating scoliosis is preventing patients with the condition from accessing the required medical attention.
Well, a major orthopedic operation abroad will cost about $100,000. And in focus, it's only a fraction, $10,000 to $15,000. But that's still quite a significant number. Well, that means that for the 3,000 plus procedures that we've done, a whopping 300 million have been saved. And that's how much we would have spent if we sent all these individuals abroad. Now, that should compel our healthcare and national leaders to seriously consider making orthopedic care a priority in the health policy and also upgrading the NHIS to cover specialty services.
He believes if the government can absorb a portion of the cost of treatment, even those who go abroad to seek medical care for orthopedics condition will rather remain and save Ghana the sums of dollars that go out every year in treating such ailments.
To be competitive with other international institutions, our Medical Tourism and Joint Commission International is critical. You cannot expand or promote medical tourism if you don't have an accredited institution that is recognized internationally. So we are really welcoming the Ghana Health Services Initiative to pursue Joint Commission accreditation for Ghana's hospitals. We can grab a portion of the $2 million that West Africans spend every year to go abroad to seek specialty care. There's no need to go outside Ghana. You can have specialty orthopedic services at focus. So now is the time, not tomorrow and not next year.
American popular actor and partner to the hospital, Boris Kujo, shared his experience as a father having to take care of a daughter with orthopedics condition. He appealed for constant support from all and sundry to give children needing these life-saving surgeries.
Going through an ordeal like that with parents is hard enough, but without anyone who supports you, it's impossible. When I toured the hospital here, one of the things that I mentioned in the video that struck me was how the staff takes care of children who are here by themselves. They don't have anyone with them. Their parents are far away and most of the time in a different country. And to see the smiles on their faces and their uplifting demeanor, the hope in their eyes was a sign for me that the hospital was doing a tremendous job taking care of these children.
It's now time for business with Emmanuel Abuajiriafi.